What's your take on Tekashi 6ix9ine?
I hope the dude. This is the funny thing about him. He seems like a likable kid, man, who just was a victim of what society has become. Clout chasing. He clout chased his way to millions. And in the process of clout chasing, he did a bunch of stuff he had no business doing. He crossed a bunch of people he had no business crossing. I mean, he was telling people left and right to suck his dick, which is just, bro, you don't even understand how dangerous that is. But the internet, it becomes such a thing where you can get attention from it.
You know, let me just touch on that real quick. Because I remember I interviewed Fat Joe last year sometime. And he told me to this, in 2018, like this is not Fat Joe in the Bronx as a teenager. This is multimillionaire Fat Joe with children, a wife, businesses, and so forth. He said that if someone told him to suck his dick that day, he would probably stab him.
I'm going to be honest with you. If somebody told me suck my dick right now in this hallway or something like that, I would stab him up or something right now. Like, I'm just being honest with you. I would really, really hurt this
Those
guy.
words are that serious to you?
Yeah, those are serious to any real nigga. Like, that's like that's I don't know. You might as well just put a death threat or something right in the card, I'm going to kill you or something like that. I mean, guys don't take that lightly, man.
I get, but
I seen it.
You see what I'm saying? He didn't understand the severity of what he was putting his life at risk every day. This is just the way that it happened. Him getting caught up in, the crimes or whatever, and now he's facing all this time and is gonna have to snitch to try to get out of it and all of that.
But did you see the interview that I did with his baby mother?
What? Nah.
I interviewed Tekashi's baby mother.
Yo, they not seeing eye to eye. What'd she say?
You never saw this interview?
Nah. I didn't know you interviewed her.
Let me play you a little clip. Hold on 1 second. So, I actually had her read Tekashi's guilty plea. Live on camera.
The defendant's obligation under this agreement are as follows: that he shall truthfully and completely disclose all information of the activities of himself and others to the U.S. Attorney's Office, that he will cooperate fully with the New York City Police Department, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, Homeland Security Investigations, and other law enforcement agencies. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
That he shall attend all meetings of the office, that he shall provide to the office upon request any document that shall truthfully testify before the grand jury or at any trial, that he shall bring the office's attention all crimes which he has committed, and that he shall commit no further crimes.
Okay, and read the next paragraph, and that'll be it.
If the defendant does this, the office, and this is detailed on pages 4 and 5 of the agreement, agrees not to prosecute the defendant for the crimes set forth in counts 1 through 9 of superseding information, as well as additional crimes that the defendant has told the government about.
He snitched. He got to tell everything.
So if he tells on everybody, they will now prosecute on all 9 counts. God. He'll potentially walk away.
He about to tell on everybody and walk. How can he not? Because it's very simple. You can tell on everybody and walk, or you have to not tell on anybody at all. Because it's not like you get partial respect. It's either they respect the fact that you didn't tell, or they disrespect that they don't respect at all the snitching. So it's either snitch all the way or don't snitch at all. He about to walk. He about to tell on everybody.
Isn't it just crazy, though, how the legal system is laid out, where a lot of these crimes are things that he initiated and paid people to do, and these are beefs that he started that people were handling for him on his behalf and everything. You know what I mean? Like, you could go and have someone do a bunch of shit that you told him to do, and then tell on him.
Yep, and walk away.
And then you walk away, but you're the architect of all this shit.
Yep. But that's the thing, man. Like, one, you're asking me to feel some type of way for people who commit crimes. I can't. All right? Because life is about choices. Whenever you make a choice, whenever you're committing a crime, you know you're doing it. You know what worst case scenario is. Worst case scenario is I get caught, I'm gonna have to do this time. Or I get caught, things go left, somebody shoots me, I'm not here no more. You know what it is. So when it happens to you, I don't care how it happened to you. Yeah, him snitching is messed up because he was in it with you and he gonna walk and you don't get to walk. But shouldn't have made a deal with the devil, dog. Should have just went ahead, tried to go to school, maybe get a job, try to start a business. There's so many other things you can do other than commit crimes on behalf of Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Right, and she said, I remember we talked about how, his defense is that he's just a young kid manipulated by all these older gangsters. And she's like,
really, I kind of feel really sad because I feel like in a way these grown men were manipulated by this little rainbow head kid. They was manipulated by money. They was manipulated by a lifestyle that they were now a part of just by being with him. It's just, like you said, money and fame will make people do a lot of things.
Man, when you saw the Breakfast Club interview, this dude was far from dumb. Like, the more I watched the way that he orchestrated his come up, like even whenever he would talk about Billboard, when he was like, I'm 10 for 10 on the Billboard. He didn't say where he was on the Billboard. He could have been on the top 200. He could have been 199. Another one on the top two. Now listen, let's say you got a top 200 on Billboard. Who can name 200 rap songs that's out right now? But he not. I saw in the comments all day, oh, he hit another, he 10 for 10 or what? What does that mean? What does that mean? But that's what I'm saying. That's what, so he knew the game of social media and he played it to a T. I realize this in social media now. Whenever, like when you did the interview with me, you say you check. You was like, look, somebody has to have enough of a gain ground. You said people tried to get on before, they'd have like 1 million followers, but you look at their engagement and it ain't shit. You know they bought it. You can look at my page and see the engagement is higher than people who have higher followers than me. Like, I'm really out here doing it. I sell out shows everywhere or whatever. People still look at me like, man, I can't wait to see if you make it. I'm doing Curb. People like, nah, I can't wait to see you acting in something. To them, because I'm not taking pictures with money on my ear, or I'm not taking pictures with other people who they deem of making. There are people with bigger followers than me make nowhere near half as much money I am, and then people will see them and like, man, I wish you could get like him. Look at him with all them followers. What does that mean? But Tekashi understood what that meant. He understood what that meant. If I can convince you that I'm dope and I'm killing it, you'll believe it and you'll come support it. And it worked. It worked. Yeah, I convinced you I was the dopest person out. Cardi B went #1. Nah, I'm the king of New York. Cardi B is out here making millions. I'm the king of New York. I did it without a cosign. But you ain't even doing what she's doing.
Right, because I interview real gangsters on this show.
Yeah, I've seen.
Trey D, Big U, Pee Wee Kirkland, Mob James, BG Knockout. I mean, really the list goes on and on. Really certified guys with all types of shit on their records, serious prison time, and a bunch of shit they can't talk about on camera.
Right.
I asked her about the whole blood thing. She said, yeah, he just put on a red rag and called himself Blood one day, and it was like a fashion thing.
He was never really gangbanging before he met the people he met. He wasn't really selling no drugs. He wasn't, that's just not what he was doing.
Okay. So how did you feel when out of the blue, suddenly he's got red rags and he's saying blood and he's waving it around and everything else like that?
it made me question. I had to ask him, I'm like, yo, you blood? Like, is this what you doing now? Like, I just want to know out of curiosity because he was going so hard with it. But he told me he wasn't, and I guess it was just for fashion, I guess. Like, these are the dudes that he's rolling with. They're holding him down. So I guess he's representing. I don't know. Like, that's how I saw it.
He kind of admitted it in the Breakfast Club interview, though. He was like...
Well, he was, at that point, I think he knew that the feds were coming. So
Yeah.
he had to try to do some damage control.
But I'm not talking about the second interview. I'm talking about the first one. The first one where he was like, oh, no, I'm just friends. Because they tried to get him for wearing both colors. And he was like, nah, I'm cool with these people, this and that. But that was the thing about, it's a lot of, but he's not the first rapper or person in music that goes, you know, I'm making it in music. Now I'm in a gang all of a sudden.
Yeah, Chris Brown, Lil Wayne.
I wasn't gonna name names. I'm just saying.
I'll just name them myself. I mean, I've talked about them before. It is.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is.
They're not coming to Vlad TV anyways. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
So
Whatever.
You know, but it's not the first. So I'm not gonna act like he did something that's not, you know, that we haven't seen people much bigger than him have done. Sometimes they do it for protection. You never know.
Yeah.
What their, you know, their reasoning is.
That comes
behind
with
it.
extortion also.
Yes,
but you know,
absolutely.
The things that kind of that really got him on the radar was that what was that one video where he had like the 200 Bloods like in Brooklyn, like,
Yeah.
wilding out, like
Yeah.
his first.
I think that was Gummo.
Gummo, right? When he did Gummo, that was like, oh shit, like you don't see this.
On the block.
Hundreds of dudes on the block in Brooklyn, all in red rags.
Yeah.
That wasn't like a movie set.
But it was brilliant because to the rest of the world,
He looked like a super gangster.
Yeah, he looked like the most gangster. Who is this gangster Mexican with rainbow hair with bloods? So like now, there's never a time where you can go around and see that.
Yeah.
It's for the video, but it makes him look like, man, he is a god where he's from. And to the rest of the world who buys into it, he understood. That dude understood it better than anybody. I've never seen him. The only people who play the social media game colder than him is the Kardashians and maybe Kevin Hart is the only people I've ever seen play the.
You didn't see it come up as quickly. Number one, the Kardashians got on before social media.
Yeah, but they know how to use it.
Yeah, they do. But and Kevin Hart definitely used social media.
He knows social media
but
well.
look at how
he
long
just has the talent too.
Yeah,
but
he had been around for a long.
It.
I mean, he's been around since like Soul Plane. Like
yeah,
you
no,
know,
before that, you know what I mean.
So it's kind of
Paper
like
soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. So he eventually found his flow and you know, but Tekashi kind of came out of nowhere and boom.
Yeah. But it's knowing how to use it is. I'm telling anybody who watches this, man, it is worth it. I told people when I first interviewed, I would be on social media 16 hours a day, and I gained over 1 million followers in 1 year. And people are like, "Nah, how do you?" It's worth it if you figure out social media. It's so worth it. I just happen to have the talent, but you can not have talent and be a millionaire. Learning how to use social media.
Yeah, man. I mean, I interviewed Eastside Ivo, who wears a wig.
A hair company like reached out to him like, we would pay you to wear like one of our custom wigs, and they was paying me every Tuesday. He was giving me $7,000 every Tuesday, her imports. And so that's how the money was just coming in. And then like that's really how a nigga got like really kept doing the wig shit, because it was 7 bands a Tuesday to do it. You know what I'm saying? So. And I was young, so I'm like, you know, I don't care what nobody think. I still don't, but, you know, that's how I started.
Sponsoring them.
Yeah.
And I remember, that's why I said I used to say stuff about people wearing them, but I remember Eastside Ivo, I met him for the first time, it was years ago, and I realized how young he was.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, he's just a kid. How can I tell this kid who's providing for his family, hey, man, don't go get, you see what I'm saying? The only thing I can say now is I won't do it. I can't do it. I got to stand on this. I can't let my daughter and son see me this way. But that's why I say, go get it. Go get it. Who am I to tell you not pick up that wig money? Who am I to tell you to not get it? Go get it. It's out there for you to get. I can't put myself in the same category as everybody else, because for me, it's about the art. It has never been about the check for me.